What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about ACH, Alchemy Pay today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, all right? It is the 20th day of July, and here we are, up 27% this week. Up a little bit less than that on the day, but let's see. 20% on the day. 7 hours, 44 minutes left on the day and in the week. That's awesome, guys. Awesome. Shout out to Fonzie. Fonzilla, I hope you've been stacking this thing, man. I know that this is one of your main slices, and it's doing exactly what we've been waiting for it to do, right? I never doubted that Alchemy Pay would come back up. It's just been boring, right? It's been very boring. But over the past couple of weeks, it's actually had some excitement, and especially with today, that excitement is being validated, right? You're in a massive accumulation pattern. Absolutely. And it absolutely is accumulative, right? Higher lows, flat top. I can't draw a straight line to save my life, but if you just use your imagination and pretend those are straight lines, it's like an ascending triangle. And when you break out of this, which at this point, by the end of this month, maybe going into August, I mean, certainly by the end of August, I would think that you're up at higher prices. High to low, the expectation is, at a minimum, man, at a bare minimum, you're going to 12 cents, right? At a bare minimum. That's it, the golden ratio, right? Bare minimum. Finding resistance at prior resistance, right here with the golden ratio too, that's about a 4.5x from the current price. I think Alchemy Pay is going to go to 20 cents or higher, which is going to give you about a 7 to 8x move. If not, I mean, dude, you could go all the way up to 50 cents, and that would be incredible. That'd be about a 17, 18x move. That's the highest. Now, I have to be careful, right? I have to remind you, because what a lot of you just heard was Alchemy Pay is going to do a 17 to 18x move. No, that's not what I said. I said at the highest. That's at the maximum end of my expectations. Now, just because I say that doesn't mean it can't go higher. I'm not Gandhi. I could be wrong, right? And I just say I'm not Gandhi because it's like, I don't know. That's instead of saying I'm not God. It's funnier to me. Anyways, 71.5 cents, 98 cents. Maybe you hit the money zone. Maybe you see a stupendous move over a 30x. These kind of things happen. And with a market cap as low as Alchemy Pay has, it's very, very possible. Doesn't mean that it's likely. Doesn't mean that there's like a statistical probability, but there's a chance. But I would say the probability lies somewhere between, and just like this here, 12 cents is the minimum. Same thing, right? I'm not saying it goes there. That's the minimum. I think most likely you're going to stop somewhere around, if not just below 20 cents, which is going to be like a 6 to 7x, if not as high as 50 cents, right? 20 cents to 30 cents seems promising, very promising. And if we're looking at this here, if we take a low of this range to the high of this range and we put it at the top right here, I mean, that takes you literally right there to 21 cents. So I think that can happen. I'm very, very confident that we will see a 20-cent price at least, but it starts now, man. It's starting now. We're seeing the rumblings of all these altcoins. You're looking at this weekly time frame. The RSI looks stupendous. We're going to get into the overbought zone, and I think it's going to be a little bit more than just an in and out. Just to in for a couple weeks and then out. It's going to be in and in and in. We're going to do something like this move, but maybe even bigger than that. How big of a move was this? Let's see. From a low here to a high there. Let's put it at the low right here. Yeah, no, we're going to see something bigger than that. You're going to see the biggest move of the cycle for Alchemy Pay happen. And it starts now, man. Crazy stuff. Looking at this on a daily time frame. You know what? Let's look at the 1 hour and then we'll zoom out to the daily, okay? Yeah, if anybody had doubts that it's alt season, it's definitely alt season, you guys. Yeah, look at that. Big wick to the upside. Not a lot of volume here. You had some volume, but you're dying off in volume. You got some bearish divergence. You're going to come down. So cool the jets, okay? Don't get too excited. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Definitely do not sell. We're at a point now where it's very important, right? You've planned, you've accumulated. Do not think that you can just time the markets and make money back. Trust me, you will get boned, right, guys? It's not a good thing. We're in the point in the markets. Look at me right now, okay? We're in the points in the market where the more you try, the more that you're trying to time every little move and make a difference, the more you're going to miss out. You should be buying and holding. And if you've already done some of this trying and missing out stuff or messing up your gains, losing money, you can still salvage it. You can still come back. You just have to put your money into something, park it. Alchemy Pay is a fine example, or Onyx Coin, or Cookie DAO, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ethereum even, Dogecoin even. Like there's so many, and just the top 100, top 200 coins. There's so many options. If you're down right now because you've been trying to make the most for your money, you've been setting those intentions out, and you got bored in the markets, all season never happened, so you're trying to make money up that you thought you'd have already, any of that kind of stuff, just accept that the best thing to do is to just sit your money in something and let it grow. Let it grow over the next month and a half. Maybe even less time than that, probably like a month. And I mean, obviously, let it grow for the rest of the cycle too, which will probably go into 2026. So don't try and time the markets. Just let the market do its thing. Put your money in and don't try and time it, okay? Because that's how a lot of people get boned, man. Speaking from personal experience there, all right? But with that being said, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm sure it does come down from here. And what I mean by not trying to time the markets is don't sell. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but don't sell here. And then try to buy back here. Because that's not promised, okay? You'd be in a better position to just hold, let it come back down, and then buy more. You know what I mean? That's, if anything, you're at 2.7 cents now. I think you go back to 2.5 cents or lower. And by the way, if you go below 2.4 cents, you're fine. Just buy more, right? Up here, everybody's like, man, I wish I bought down here. Well, guess what? If it comes all the way back down here, you're halfway there. Buy it up. You're buying at prior resistance here. You really could go all the way back down to 2.4 cents, and it's okay if you do. But looking at this here, I would at least think you go to 2.5 cents. Something probably just below there, okay? Looking at the 4-hour time frame now. Good volume, man. It just looks so good. Good RSI. Look at how beautiful that RSI is overall. Nice, soft, curved bottom. Beautiful. Just, it's perfect. We love to see it. This is good structure, guys. This is the beginning of more to come. And looking at this now, I'm actually pretty damn confident you do go down to 2.4 cents. So a little bit of a droppy poo coming your way. It's nice to see the pumps, but probably going to drop about 12 to 10%, something like that. And again, we don't try to make plays off of that because what if it doesn't? What if you reverse in the next hour? What if by the time you watch this thing's all the way up above 4 cents? You know what I mean? Like those what ifs, and it's not necessarily a what if thing because inevitably it is going to, right? It's an inevitability. So don't try to time it. You've got it. You invested in it for a reason. Just be smart. You've got this overall W pattern here. I would call that looks like an Adam and Eve to me, man. Do you see it? Do you see the Adam, the V? Do you see the Eve, the U? Look up Adam and Eve double bottom if you don't know what I'm talking about. It's an Adam and Eve pattern. Very, very bullish double bottoming pattern. From what I've heard, it's even more bullish if the Eve is just below the Adam, but I'm not entirely sure if that really matters. I've seen bullish Adam and Eves that the Eve is higher, so whatever. The most bullish is the Adam and Adam patterns, but any kind of W pattern is bullish as hell. You're likely going to continue to break out. And as fun as this move is right now, I would think that the real fun begins once you get above 3.07 cents. Once you get above there on a daily closing basis, you should be moving at this pace. We're talking about starship speeds, right? And everything's going to be golden, man. It's going to be a good time. Let's look at Alchemy Pay real quick on here. ACH. Alchemy Pay. $252 million, yeah. Something like this, you could do 100x. You could do 200x. 200x would put you at $50 billion. 100x would put you at $25 billion. Just because you could doesn't mean you will. But, you know, looking at this here, what, 25 billion is 100x from here. So 50x would be 12.5 billion. I mean, I could see you at least doing something of like a 40 to a 50x from here by the end of the cycle. At least, right? At most, 200x probably. But again, at least doesn't mean that's where I think you're going. At most doesn't mean that's where I think you're going. I'm just giving you a range. And it's a big range. It's a very big range, but it's a lot, right? 100x could be 270. 200x could be above $5. You could really see those targets by the end of the year. Let's actually see. Or not the end of the year, end of the cycle. End of the cycle could be end of the year, in all fairness, but let's just look at it here. Let's see. What do we got going on right now? High to low from last bull cycle to bear cycle end there. Let's delete that. Okay, let's see. So typically does not mean it has to happen, but typically cycle over cycle, if a coin sees new all-time highs, you do expect to see something between the 1618 to the 2272. The 1618 is right there. That's about a 48x, almost a 49x. The 2272 is all the way up here. That's about a 400x. I don't think you do that, personally. Probably not. But $3 to $4 is still possible. And that in itself is over 100x. It's like 100 and 155 to 130x, 116x, 116 to 155x. If not, at a minimum, I think you would see a 48x, right? Something like that from the current price. And that's not bad, guys, because the average coin, the assumed outcome for the average coin is something on the lines of like a 25 to a 30x, and maybe even less than that now. So just understand that that's more than adequate. You're outperforming the average coin by double. You can do a lot of damage with that, and you can absolutely go above that. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I do perceive that we go down to about 2.4 cents, maybe 2.5, somewhere around there, probably just below 2.5. And in the case that I'm wrong, never hurts to just hold, man. Just hold. And if you're looking to buy, my thoughts would be, maybe not this one. Maybe buy, I'm not trying to throw attention away from this one into another coin, but just thinking about a coin that hasn't popped off yet, Cookie DAO. That one might do. Or Onyx Coin. Those ones haven't really popped off. I guess Onyx Coin has popped off, but it's already consolidated down a little bit. Or, there's other coins too. I'm just drawing a blank. Bitcoin Cash, man, is really about to pop off. And it's moved up a little bit today, sure, but it's really about to pop off, But if all I'm trying to say is if you're looking to put your money into something, this might not be it right now because it's up so much, but maybe it is at the same time. I mean, you're still gonna move up. If you want to put your money in this, don't let me stop you. Just understand you're probably gonna pull back a little bit, okay? And I would rather, instead of sitting through a pullback, I'd rather just look in the rest of the options that we have and see that there are some coins that have already pulled back from their recent pumps. You know what I mean? And that have just as much potential, if not more. I really think that Cookie DAO, you guys, has a lot of potential. But I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.